Muy buenas gente, bienvenidos a un episodio más del Let's Play de The Witcher 2 Assassin of Kings en dificultad Locura. Continuemos exactamente donde dejamos, enfrente de la tienda de Henselt, el rey Hensel. No sé, tío, se pone oscuro, se me queda oscuro la imagen al principio porque es la carga de cuando le doy a grabar hasta cuando se inicia el juego. Así que es por eso por lo que siempre empieza con un tono oscuro. Bien, capítulo de mucho diálogo, Capítulo de mucho diálogo, vamos a hablar con Hensel, después nos va a mandar a hablar con unas cuantas más y descubriremos la misión principal del acto 2, así que no perdamos más el tiempo. Por cierto, he jugado un poco fuera de cámara, tampoco mucho, para conseguir un poco de equipo, que básicamente ha sido esta espada, la cual ha sido un error comprarla. Por ahora al final, más o menos por el final del episodio contaré por qué, porque ha sido un error. Un error mío, es un diagrama de una espada y me la he hecho la espada Calweni resistente, pero ha sido un error comprarla porque resulta que sin hablar con Hensel, lo voy a explicar ya que estoy, sin hablar con Hensel aún no tienes esto abierto, es decir, no puedes salir fuera a los poblados que hay aquí, bueno, a los poblados, a la tienda esta de aquí y a la tienda de aquí, que es la tienda de Roach. Y aquí en la torre esta está el mercader misterioso ese que vimos en el acto 1, el cual te vende un par de espadas que son mejores que esas que compras aquí, en el herrero de aquí. Así que ha sido un error, ese fue un error mío, comprar el diagrama de aquí, hacerme la espada, puesto que aquí hay una que me voy a comprar también ahora cuando salga, que va a ser mejor que la que tengo. Y lo dicho, me la compré porque no podía salir hasta hablar con el rey Spencer, y así que vamos a darle ya caña.
Come in, Witcher. I wish you to feel at ease, as this is an unofficial audience. You helped me in the mist, thus I surmise you do not seek my death. Which leads me to ask what you do seek here, Geralt de Rivia.
Paz y tranquilidad para limpiar mi nombre.
Peace and quiet, sire. I need to clear my name. Though I tend not to meddle in politics, this time I believe I have no choice.
You must answer quickly and unequivocally. You must be clear, Witcher. I'm in no mood for excuses hiding behind professional codes and trade secrets. Did you kill Foltest?
No.
Do you know who did?
A witcher named Letho.
Do you know each other?
No lo sé porque tenemos amnesia.
I don't know. I have amnesia. Letho has suggested he knows something about me. It's possible we met before.
There's an old Kedweni saying, a bitch will never bite another bitch. 100% accurate where sorceresses are concerned.
To the matter at hand, sire.
De Tarnasaville claims this Letho is in the area. Is that true?
Yes.
What does he want here? My head?
He's hiding from Yorvith and his Scoia'tael. I don't know his plans.
And you aim to get him?
I do.
Last question. Do you know who had Foltest and Demavend assassinated? Who's behind the Kingslayers?
I don't know, but I'll find out when I find Letho.
My spies have confirmed your words. I suppose I must believe you. Now to the other matter. The mist, the wraiths, all that magic shit holding up my campaign. My mages, as usual, have proved useless. They blather on about higher magic, delayed curses and other hogwash, but nothing comes of it. This matter must be settled with a sword. A witcher's sword. Will you manage this task?
Me ocuparé. No hay más remedio, la misión principal.
Yeah, I'll manage.
Excellent. Lift the curse, and you'll learn the meaning of royal generosity. And even should you fail to catch this Letho, I shall help you clear your name. Consider Deathmold at your disposal. He'll give you all the necessary information. Also, you are free to move about the camp and its environs from now on. Now, leave me alone.
Activó la maldición.
The curse was cast 3 years ago. Any sign it's been active in the interim?
Is that important?
Sire, we're not talking about a fortune told in a tent on market day, nor about some curse cast by a novice mage. This curse caused a solar eclipse and summoned hordes of specters. We're dealing with a complex spell that operates at several levels. Uncommon knowledge and skill were required to cast it. Lifting it will be even more difficult. If I'm going to deal with it, I need you to cooperate.
Ah, the plague. So be it.
¿Sabéis quién conjuró la maldición?
As we forged our way through the fog, you claimed it was Glevisig's curse.
Sabrina Glevisig. She was a sorceress, my former advisor. I ordered her bound to a wagon wheel and burned alive. While dying, she cursed me and my lineage. That was 3 years ago.
¿Por qué condenaste a Sabrina?
What did you condemn Sabrina for, sire?
1 year after the Peace of Sintra, I fought Demerven for Lormark. General Van de Grift commanded a part of my force. He forded the Pontar and joined battle on this field. It raged until evening, when Sabrina Glevisig decided to take matters into her own hands. Fireballs rained down onto the battlefield. 3,000 men turned to bloody charred meat scraps. The fire consumed Kedwenis and Adernians alike. Knights boiled alive in their armor. Mad beasts howling with pain. War is for the honorable. When the likes of Glevisig enter the fray, it turns into hell.
¿Por qué atacó Sabrina a su propio bando?
What drove Sabrina to attack her own army? Any specific reason?
I've heard none, not even speculation. She was my advisor, a member of the Council of Mages. For years I was forced to tolerate her excesses, schemes, court scandals.
Was she loyal?
Ha! Only to herself.
¿Cómo os maldijo Sabrina exactamente?
Sire, do you remember the curse itself? What exactly did Sabrina say?
All she said at the time has been fulfilled to some degree. A star adorned with a bloody braid will cut across the heavens. Square coins from maritime depths will beguile the hearts of fools.
Coins?
Deathmold found a few such coins among soldiers accused of treason.
Adiós, Alteza. Vale. Pelea punta pala.
Greetings, Witcher.
Un ejército maravilloso.
The sight of your camp must instill fear in your enemies' hearts. I'm certain the stench does.
Normal military conditions, Witcher. Boiling cabbage, stale sweat, and the smell of fear. They're constant companions in the expansion of any great empire.
Thanks for the history lesson. I take it you'll wait until the last minute to bring the remaining troops across.
Nothing sinks defenders' hearts more than steady increases in their enemies' ranks. Though I'll say these Vergan sons of bitches are worthy foes and won't flee so easily. It's good having a neighbor who knows how to fight.
I'm not sure the people of Edirn share that sentiment.
Adiós. Bueno, tenemos que hablar con... Coño.
Witcher, a word if you...
Deathmold. Con Deathmold, la teoría de la conspiración. No, el campamento está ya rapiñado, bastante rapiñado, de hecho. He cogido un montón de materiales. Vamos a hacer un salve. Y vamos a hablar con Deathmold.
Look what the cat dragged in.
You have no idea how delighted I am to work in tandem with you.
True, I have no idea.
Better times approach, Geralt, you shall see. I trust you're not bothered if I refer to you by name.
Not at all.
Wonderful, I feel we shall become great friends.
Manos a la obra.
I'm not looking for new friends, Deathmold. Let's get to work.
I see. As you seem to be the hero, how might I help you, White Wolf?
¿Has eliminado alguna maldición antes?
Have you dealt with curses before?
I've cast a few in my time. One victim sprouted donkey's ears and a tail, another's house burned down. Nothing too serious.
Shame. Have you removed curses, lifted spells?
Never had the chance. But I mastered the theory involved. Best in my class at the Magic Academy.
They don't teach you about curses like this one at Banord.
Glevis's curse is a 4th level blood spell. It's also known as the Archmistress's curse. A misnomer, for they've been cast by generally crazed mages or priests, not necessarily women.
You've done your homework.
¿Cómo funciona una maldición de sangre?
Explain this blood curse to me.
An ordinary blood curse is a trivial thing. You let a little of your own blood, best done at midnight surrounded by lit candles.
Sabrina had a whole pyre around her. Tell me about Glevisig's curse.
Read about it for yourself. I've all the necessary literature. In fact, You only need the Great Encyclopedia of Curses, Spells and Prophecies, and a volume compiled by Tessard de Vries and Margarita Loantil, Masters of Magic on Curses Selected Writings.
Muy bien, lo leeré.
Quite a tome.
¿Qué ocurre con las monedas?
We've got our comet and murder. What about the coins?
We have those as well. Not enough for you.
No. Why do I get the feeling I've stumbled on some shameful secret?
A state secret.
If you don't tell me, your head of state may soon lose his head.
There's a plot afoot within the military. Those involved share a symbol, a square coin adorned with a fish. Let's do this. I shall in no way hinder your investigation, and you will reveal to me anything you learn. Should I happen upon anything related to the curse?
You'll let me know. So be it.
¿Seguro que Sabrina lanzó la maldición?
Are you sure Sabrina cast the curse?
Positively. Curses of this kind are cast rarely. There have only been 6 confirmed cases.
How many confirmed cases of their being lifted?
1. By a team of mages led by Archmistress Francesca Finderbear, whence came the curse's other appellation. In any case, Sabrina Glevissig was part of that team.
Small world, and one that just got a little uglier.
That's not all. The curse that Francesca and Sabrina dealt with was meant to end the lives of the last of the Tyson dynasty, the rulers of Kovir. It was cast by Scarlet Rodalega, a very talented but completely mad man. A prophecy and an activator were also involved.
I see. Sabrina just stole her curse from this Rodalega.
Precisely. Beside which the king himself and a company of armed men witnessed her casting it.
Buah, tío, cuánta mierda, tío, cuánto diálogo.
Why is Henselt still breathing? He killed the priest. Why didn't he burst like a ripe tomato under a dwarf's heel?
Perhaps Glevissig wishes Henselt to wait for imminent death.
I don't think so. I know a few sorceresses. They're mean, true, but they also want results. Sabrina cast the curse while roasting at the stake. Not the most comfortable circumstances. I suspect she botched something.
Are you suggesting Henselt may be safe?
I'm suggesting he could be saved, provided we cut him off from the heart of the curse, the Battle of Spectres. It's the weakest link.
How could we do that?
I don't know yet, but I suspect I could summon Sabrina's ghost and force her to free Henselt. First, I need to learn the circumstances of her death.
No todos los espectros eran agresivos, ¿te diste cuenta?
Did you notice that not all the spectres were aggressive?
Most would disappear when we neared them.
I think the curse's power corrupts the ghosts of those who died in the battle, turning them into draugrs.
Draugrs, is that some professional name you witches have for spectres?
They're demons, Deathmold. Draugrs are demons of war that arise on battlefields where the fighting was vicious and the slaughter particularly bloody. They are hatred and bloodlust in condensed form.
The name matters little. Do you know how to rid us of these Draugrs?
A silver sword's enough to send them to their rest. But as long as the curse remains active, new ones will appear. The soldiers' ghosts are the key. If we could reverse the tide of the battle...
Don't delay. Grab your sword and start reversing.
I'll need some symbols of war that belonged to the soldiers who perished here. Artifacts symbolizing hatred, death, courage, and faith. They have to be magically active and linked to those who died. Without them, I won't be able to summon the ghosts.
Well, I've no idea how to find them, apart from which I know little about war symbolism.
I'll deal with the artifacts. I have another job for you.
Una maldición de sangre suele requerir sangre.
If I'm not mistaken, you need blood to cast a blood curse.
Precisely, unachievable otherwise.
Sabrina was bound to a wagon wheel. Where did she get enough blood?
She put a spell on a soldier who gave her a coup de grace. It was easy, the minds of some soldiers are so uncomplicated. Sabrina needed one of them to strike her, shorten her suffering, but complete the curse. However, this is where she erred. That whore performed miracles, gathered the power, got the prophecy and activator right, but fell flat on her face on the simplest thing at the end.
Don't get so excited.
She chose a fool, a bungler. I heard he thrust 5 times with his spear, yet the witch's soul would not quit her corpse.
There was no one guarding the pyre?
It was one of the guards the sorceress chose for the task. His comrades were irate. He spoiled the show for them. The king was no longer anywhere near.
In any case, blood flowed and the curse took root.
Yes, but the harlot got her due.
Vale, ya, manos a la
You're
obra.
gonna help me, Deathmold.
Of course, as the king ordered.
Listen up. You'll do the paperwork. I get the feeling you like it. I'll need a number of protective runes to summon Sabrina's ghost. They need to detain the sorceress's ghost and anything else that enters this world with it. Find something for me in your library. The runes need to be easy to produce. I haven't seen any artists around here. Apart from that, the Draugrs are likely to begin their forays in search of Henselt. When they leave the battlefield, they'll grow weaker. Your men should be able to handle them. Just equip them with silver-plated weapons. Henselt could also use something silver to defend himself. Over the entrance to his tent, hang a wreath of cinquefoil and fool's parsley. Inside, a fire fueled by juniper branches must burn at all times.
Where will I get so much silver?
Melt down your collection of pots for all I care. Just get it.
Those aren't pots, they're silver vases of Nazaya.
Last of all, give Henselt an instructional talk. Explain that I'll need him.
And what will you be doing? Drinking ale and fondling the camp women?
There's that, yes. Though I'll also prepare to summon Sabrina's ghost and figure out what I need to send the fighting specters back to the afterlife. I'll drop by and give you more work as I learn about this curse.
How did you divine that you might recover your memory by lifting the curse?
¿Alguien lo predijo?
The only diviner I've ever trusted told me.
Interesting. That being?
A drunkard and a fool in love. He's dead. But keep your nose out of my past.
Vale. Busca la banderola del estandarte de Doom, la espada de Vandergrim, un fragmento de armadura de Seyfried y no sé qué más.
We need to talk.
What? No, hello, good morning. Pucker up and kiss my ass, nothing.
Hello.
Good morning, White Wolf. Will you take some tea? It's a fortifying beverage.
Some other time, maybe.
Busco información sobre la cacería salvaje, The Wild Hunt.
You must know a lot about the Wild Hunt, as one of the reigning majesties among mages.
I simply cannot concern myself with folk tales about corpses flying about on intensely emaciated steeds.
The Wild Hunt's no myth.
The Wild Hunt es el subtítulo de Witcher 3, se supone que será lo que rodeará la historia principal por fin, después de estar en el primer Witcher, tanto en ese como en este, serán pistas de lo que es la cacería salvaje, se da un poco de historia, pero nunca se cierne sobre la historia principal en ese tema. Vale, ya hemos hablado con este de todo. Adiós. Busca el lugar de la ejecución de Sabrina Glevisi. Hablar con Henselt, para decirle que ya hemos hablado con este. Pregunta del campamento Cadweni por el símbolo del coraje. Estoy trabajando en la maldición.
Deathmold was kind enough to help me. I may be able to lift the curse sooner than I thought.
Details don't interest me. I expect results. That said, Master Geralt, what would you say to a long-term offer? Protection, for instance.
If it involves eliminating monsters, then yes.
That's perfect. My regal person is at all times threatened by potential monsters.
Not the same. I'm ill-suited to being a bodyguard.
You tread upon a slippery meadow, Witcher. Beware, it's strewn with the nastiest cow pies. I'm not one to be refused.
Recordad que Henselt también, Foltest también le pidió ser el guardaespaldas a Geralt cuando acabó el primer Witcher. Y bueno, y Geralt la verdad es que a eso no le gusta, así que lo siento mucho.
Still,
I've had people beheaded for more pleasant answers.
I won't change my mind.
Fine response. I see there's truth in what they say about the size of a witch's privates. I'm glad to see you're no pushover and have a mind of your own. If only I had more men of your ilk, and not the kind of ass munchers that infest my court.
Vale. Habla con los soldados sobre la conspiración contra Henselt. Vale, vamos a hablar con...
The whole camp's gone berserk looking for the coin.
Sheila. Vale, esto ya lo hablé con ella. ¿Qué sabes de la cacería
A
salvaje?
sorceress like you must know bundles about paranormal phenomena.
Any mage's knowledge has little to do with superstitions.
The Wild Hunt's no superstition.
Indeed, the phenomenon exists.
I want to know everything about it, including what you know.
You're out of luck. I've never concerned myself with it. I'm also not interested in whirlwinds or hailstorms.
Vale. Y ahora vamos a hablar con este soldado de aquí, que es uno de los comandantes de Henselt.
Need some help, Monster Slayer?
I want to talk, dog of war.
I've heard much about you, Witcher. Greetings.
Greetings, Captain.
También tengo que echar un pulso con eso, lo vamos a echar ahora. ¿Cuánto te paga Hensel?
Does Hensel pay his mercenaries well?
Mercenario.
Professional curiosity on my part.
It's no secret a lump sum of 20,000 Novigrad crowns awaits, to be divvied up between those who survive.
So the more of you die, the greater the take per head.
Yes.
¿Qué órdenes tienes?
Is Hensel paying you to wait?
Curiosity itching you, Witcher. Not the best trait to have in wartime.
You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
Deathmole's given us silver-plated weapons and protective amulets. On your advice, as I heard it.
La verdad es que la misión principal es hablar con los soldados para que nos den más información sobre la misión principal. ¿Cuántos hombres tienes?
How many mercenaries you got watching the fog?
I've got them spread out in small groups around campfires. And how many we number? Well,
Obviamente en los alrededores del campamento hay en hoguera grupos de soldados vigilando la niebla. ¿Te has fijado cómo se propaga la niebla?
Since you're already watching it, pay attention to the size of the cloud. I need to know if it's expanding.
well,
How fast?
it's almost imperceptible, but it's constant. A foot, perhaps two a day. What does that mean?
Means I have to hurry.
Tengo que preguntarte otra cosa. ¿Estuviste aquí hace 3 años?
Were you here 3 years ago during the last battle for Vergen?
Bradley's blue banner was. They were decimated by mages. The survivors enlisted with us. They weren't eager to talk about it, and we didn't press it.
No lack of work for your kind.
Mercenary might just be the surest profession these days. Sign of the times.
Eres famoso.
I heard you gained fame during the wars with Nilfgaard.
Our fees have doubled since the Battle of Brenna. As it turns out, it was worth risking our necks.
Tío, cuánto diálogo. ¿Cómo se desarrolló la batalla de Brenna?
I wouldn't mind learning some details about Brenna from someone who played first fiddle there.
Constable Natalis commanded the Nordlings. The Nilfgaardians mounted a vicious attack. And if not for us and the Dun Banner, the collected armies of the north probably would have shattered into bits. Luckily, we showed up at the right time, withstood the assault and came out victorious. We earned every last copper we were paid. 50,000 Nilfgaardians shattered their teeth trying to bite at us. Menno Colehorn, their commander-in-chief, chose death over humiliation. Like in every battle, it was a question of timing, taking advantage of the foe's missteps, and a bit of luck.
¿Y has estado luchando desde entonces?
Must be fatiguing fighting all the time.
I took a little time off recently, something along the lines of a honeymoon. But I like my craft, and I'm not afraid to admit.
Una vez conocí a una mercenaria.
I knew one of your kind once.
Esto es del primer
Woman by the
Witcher.
name of Rayla.
Killed by an elf's treacherous
Yep.
arrow. She made a mistake. Let her emotions take
Una
control.
mercenaria muy temperamental que acabó
This
muerta
profession
por el final del
requires
juego, creo que
cold
muere.
calculation.
Tengo otra pregunta. Venga, echemos un pulso.
Let's talk arm wrestling.
Go on.
Bartholomew Bargy sends his regards.
Bart Bargy. I remember him. Strong for a peasant.
For a peasant. They say you're the strongest arm around here.
You wouldn't be talking to me otherwise.
How's that?
During the Battle of Brenna, I got into a knife fight with a Nilfgaardian commander. That's to say, he had the knife and I had my bare hands. I grabbed him by the wrist, but the blade kept coming towards my throat. He was strong, but lacked stamina. When I felt him weaken, I twisted his arm around and slit his throat. I've worked on my hands, wrists, and arms since then. They all come in handy in my profession.
Wanna wrestle me?
To challenge Adam Pangret for the championship, you've got to beat the best contenders.
Voy a enfrentarme.
You've defeated them all.
Claro,
we
si ya
can
lo
wrestle.
he derrotado todo ya.
Whenever you're
Fuera de
ready.
cámara, le gané. Vamos.
As you're a witcher and I'm a mercenary, neither of us
Sí,
should
sí, sí.
wrestle for free.
Empecemos. Bien.
I'm ready.
Venga, va. A ver, la barra es muy grande. Parece, hostia, qué grande es la barra. Pero es que la bola de en medio se mueve mucho. Hostia, 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 hostia. Pues cada vez la barra más pequeña, ¿eh? Hostia, hostia, no. Vale, que no cunda el pánico, ¿eh?
You lost, White Wolf. Lucky for you, we were only wrestling for coin.
Venga, segundo intento, anda. Venga, echamos un pulso.
Let's talk arm wrestling.
Go on.
Vamos.
As you're a witch,
Sí, 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 sí. Voy a apostar 100 otra vez.
I'm ready.
Voy a recuperar lo que he perdido. Vale, es que la barra... Es ahora cuando... Es el primer intento, cuando la barra más o menos es grande. Cuando se tiene que hacer. Si no... Aquí cae. Si te sale es que la barra ya es muy pequeña. Ya se vuelve muy
it's lucky
pequeña para
that
remontar.
Nilfgaardian at Brenna wasn't as strong as you. Or Adam Pangrat would be a heap of white bones right now.
Lucky for you, we were only playing for coin.
I venture to say there's only one man who stands a chance against you. Numa.
Numa? What kind of name is that?
He's a circus artist. The mighty Numa, they call him. Apparently he grips like a vice. Word has it he cheats.
How?
Performance-enhancing potions. The undetectable kind.
I'll be sure to seek him out someday.
You'd know best if he's using his muscles or alchemy.
Vale, misión completada. Ya no me dicen nada, no. Misión completada.
Looking for the coins. Grown lads with their arses in the air, scavenging around the tents like idiots.
Vale, me queda un soldado con el que hablar de la misión principal, que es Civic. Esta es la misión de Odrin. Son los borrachos estos que están buscando a Odrin. Odrin está, para que lo sepáis, porque seguramente lo haré fuera de cámara, está aquí. Lo veis, estoy mirando para la puerta esta del oeste, o del este, no me acuerdo. Y está aquí justo a salir de esta puerta. Aquí hay una especie de cueva, ahí está. En esa dirección. Lo digo por si os molesta mucho que eso estén gritando durante todo el acto 2. Pues ya lo sabéis. Y vamos a hablar con el último que queda por hablar, que es Civic.
Oi, Witcher! Out in these wastelands hunting monsters? Well, if you see two of my men, tell them I'll rip them both brand new assholes if they miss muster.
¿Por qué se han ido allí?
What are they doing there?
It's a common malady. A day don't go by that some dimwit don't sneak out of the camp to go to the gullies.
Los buscaré.
We'll see if I come across anyone.
Luck be with you. You're a good fellow. Ah, find them and you'll see Corporal Zivik knows how to be grateful.
Pero háblame, capullo. A ver,
What do you want, Witcher?
este tiene mucha información. Aparte de que es uno de los que tenemos que derrotar en el póker de dados. Hansel te debe encantar.
From what I can see, you and the men love your king.
He's like a father to us, really. Comes around from time to time, chats it up, pats you on the mug. Remembers our names, too, though you gots to earn that in battle. Been so distinguished 3 times already. Pride myself on it.
I'm sure it's a great honor for a humble soldier like yourself.
Last time it happened, we was on the march. Some peasant poisoned his well. A few of our lads died. Many others got sick. I pacified that village. We hit them so hard we even struck fear into our own boys. They went without a row for 2 days and the king was very pleased. He came around, gave me a friendly punch in the gut, laughed and said, "You are one true son of a bitch. If you'd not been born among swine, you'd probably be king." That's how he is. Humane and all. He's really got a heart.
La última batalla de Bergen me despierta curiosidad.
Did you participate in the battle?
I did. And I fought. But I'd rather not
Pues
go into
vas a
it.
hablar de ello
The
porque
spirits
eres
of those who died in
uno de
battle
los
are
que me
now
da
in combat
información.
on that field. They kill each other and change into nasty creatures called draugrs. Edirnians, Cadwenis, even your comrades. I want to help them, but I have to know what happened during the battle.
Oh, the plague. Listen then. The fighting started in the afternoon. The Dun Banner was first to attack. We were ambushed, cut off from our main unit and devastated. Bloody scouts and Sabrina Glevissig, who was supposed to mind the battlefield. By then, the battle was in full swing. Wherever you see those damned furrows, people fought there. The Edirnian lines faltered a few times, but we couldn't crush them because of Selkirk. Yes, we had the Visitor. They had Selkirk of Gullet, the invincible White Knight, Edirn's finest swordsman. Wherever our forces gained the upper hand, he'd appear and reverse the fighting's course. Then, Vandegrift himself went into battle. He met Selkirk in the middle of the melee. It was a battle of titans. In the end, the Visitor hacked Selkirk and sliced the White Knight from his head to his balls. Then, death fell from the heavens. Lumps of burning soil flew through the air. The whole valley was on fire. Damned magic of a damned witch. I owe my life to Priest Crest, our chaplain. He led me out of the battle and went back for the others. He had a medallion that protected him against fire. He led everyone out, including the Edirnians. But the flames got him in the end.
¿El medallón de Gret desapareció con él?
You mentioned the priest.
A really good man. He was with us the whole time, during the march, in the barracks and in battle, among common soldiers. Freya gave him a medallion to protect him from fire. I don't know how true that is, but he led me and many others to safety.
Who has this medallion?
King Henselt. I saw it once. I don't know how he got hold of it, but he definitely had it.
¿Recuerdas la batalla de Brenna?
Were you at Brenna?
Ah, yes. Cut down more black ones there than anywhere else. The Redanians were in disarray on the left when we joined the battle. Same with the Temerian regiments in the middle. We arrived just in time. Menno Cohorn commanded the Nilfgaardians. He was some leader. Even we feared him like fire. But somehow we prevailed.
What happened to him afterwards?
He refused to flee, died like many others. Though no one knows who did it, and no one ever found his corpse.
¿Cómo empezó la batalla?
What happened before the
La batalla de
battle?
Bergen.
We forded the Pontar
Sí,
on the
no
third
la de-
day after
no
the
la de
autumn
Brenna.
equinox. The Edirnians were waiting for us, formed up in a long line at the foot of those hills. I remember the banners of Vengerberg, Aldersburg, Gullet. Knights, armoured infantry, peasants, the Vergen Dwarf Regiment. All save the king. They numbered more than 5,000. General Vandegrift, commander of the Kedwenis, had less than 4,000, including the elite Bearheads, armoured troops from Ard Caraig, and the famous White Foxes of the North. And ourselves, the Dun Banner, veterans of Brenner, hated by the Edirnians more than the plague. But above all, we had Vandegrift the Visitor. Maybe he was a bastard, but he knew war like nobody else.
Serviste en el estandarte de Dun.
Do I have this right? You served in the Dun Banner?
Did indeed. Henselt's never commanded a fiercer group of warriors, and he never will. If not for us, there'd have been no victory for the North at Brenner. We carried the day.
I didn't see the Dun Banner in the camp.
And you won't. The unit's no more. Ensign Eckhart Hennessy carried the standard into battle for the last time 3 years ago.
Glevisig's magic?
Worse. The Edirnian troops, the bastards. The Dun banner, the pride of Kedwen, lost its standard and almost all its men. The Visitor refused to send us reinforcements when we were cut off. The Dun must prevail. It's been in worse shite than this. The Dun will be all right. 7 Edirnians to each one of us. We had no fucking hope. 200 men went into battle and less than 70 came back. But that's not all. Only a few survived to this day. The boys couldn't handle it. Suicide, firewater, fistek. A few became highwaymen. They ended up on the gallows or in ditches. Memories can also kill you, and soldiers don't always deal with them well.
I have to find that standard.
I heard it lies in the catacombs neath Bergen, alongside my mates. Hey, if you're thinking of going there, I ought to give you my beaver skin cap. That's its rightful place.
Vale. Salvo. Viste el duelo entre Selkirk y el
Did
visitante.
you see the duel between Selkirk and Vandergrift?
From a distance. At the time I was on that hill, and they were somewhere over there. The field used to be as flat as a table. It was their second duel. Earlier, in peacetime, they'd met at a tournament in Ard Caraig. Selkirk won then. Vandergrift's sword cracked and the Visitor had to yield. After the tournament, he had a new sword forged by Kedwen's best mages and swordsmiths. That's how Loathan came to be.
I think that means hatred in the Elder language. Pretty pretentious.
They say a sorcerer cast a spell on the sword and told Vandergrift the blade wouldn't crack as long as he remained invincible. The mage got 50 lashes and was the last to mention any such nonsense.
Who has Vandergrift's sword now?
When the Sea of Flames died out, the looters ran amok. They found Selkirk's chainmail, which survived somehow. Maybe it was magical too. Vandergrift's sword went missing. The boys in the camp claim the female dragon slayer has it, but I wouldn't even try talking to her.
Who's got Selkirk's chainmail?
A certain Vincent Trott. Low nobility, in the army since forever, a greedy bastard.
Where can I find him?
That's a problem. Deathmold wanted him arrested after they found a square coin on him. Some of the officers and noblemen want to get rid of the Black Ones. They don't like how they lord it around the camp, even though the king talks to them. Those coins are their sign, the stupid bunch of plotters. Anyway,
Como es el líder de los
Vincent's a
conspiradores, ese tío.
swashbuckler. He thrashed Deathmold's people and disappeared. Those with the coins won't say a word because they're scared of Deathmold.
Gracias, Civi. Me ha sido de gran ayuda.
Thanks, Civic.
Bueno, eso ya el poder de
So
darlo
long.
después. Bueno, vaya tela de capítulo, de conversaciones, ¿eh? Eso que se sigue grabando, porque si no sigue grabando tenemos un problema grave. Vale, sí, 38 minutos. Vaya capitulazo de conversaciones, chaval. Bueno, gente, voy a explicar ahora dónde se consigue la espada esta que voy a comprar ahora. Y dejaremos el capítulo de hoy aquí. Capítulo con mucha información, con mucho... sin combates, con mucho diálogo sobre todo. Mucho diálogo, muchísimo diálogo con Hensel, con Deathmold, con Petrich, con Civic ahora.
Not another fucking stone.
Y como veis está todo lleno de... Aquí sobre todo hay demonios podridos, ahí los veis al fondo. Muchísimos demonios podridos. Busca Vincent Trout. Ahí me están saliendo todas las misiones principales que debo conseguir. Ahí está Jaskier. Hostia. Toma, qué más. Ahí está Jaskier. Ahí está a lo lejos el campamento de Vernon Roach. Y aquí está el comerciante que os he dicho antes, el cual me vende. La armadura de Banar realmente no es... Te sube la armadura a cambio de resistencia. Es decir, me parece que la armadura del Kairan tengo 30 y pico de resistencia, y mientras que estas tiene solo 20 y pico. Así que realmente no merece la pena para 3 más de armadura que te da. Esta, saber raza ricana envenenada, 3 huecos de 30 a 34 y veneno más 18%. Tela de espada. Esta la voy a comprar casi seguro. La compraré ahora después. Y llevaré esta durante todo el acto casi seguro. En cuanto a la espada de plata, falta aquí, esta es la amarilla, esta es la azul, falta la roja, que será la que lleve yo. La espada resistente de meteorítica roja. que es la que me parece que esta tiene adrenalina, esta tiene daño de señales y la roja tiene probabilidad de baja instantánea, que es la que voy a coger yo para las espadas de plata. Y bueno, gente, vamos a dejar el capítulo de hoy aquí. Like si os ha gustado, suscribiros si queréis más de Witcher 2 y nos vemos en próximos episodios de las aventuras de Geralt de Rivia. Saludos y hasta la vista.